on. Lights are coming up. And we are live. Well, hi-ho, folks, and welcome back.
Can I send a link to Walker?
Oh, yes. And welcome back
That's all right
to
with you.
Turwinkle time, guys. And we're here tonight with the Farbound Company, a guild here on Moonguard. I'm going to hop on this dragon. There we are. And tonight we are hunting some eggs. Is that correct? It's an egg hunt?
Yeah.
For,
Yeah.
you know, tis the season for hunting eggs, right? And so let's see who we got here real quick. And I'll just zip in. And so right over here, right at the top here, we got Chrysandy. And now is Chrysandy in here in the chat?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay, Chrysandy. So tell us a little bit about Chrysandy.
I mean, you know, she's kind of essentially what I wanted to go with was I didn't want like the standard hunter variant, so she's kind of like a mage and a hunter like together.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
it's an all right combination.
Yeah. Sweet. And then over here we've got is it Caramalthea? Caramalthea? I am horrible with names. Just ask anyone.
That's the friend you had forever.
Yes. And I don't believe she is the guild leader here?
I could toss him an invite if you want.
Oh yeah, please. All right. And then we also have Vesper.
Hello.
He's probably gathering eggs while I'm here sending.
Wow, they already started without us? Wow, go! Oh, good lord. Okay, so the object is, of course, to find some eggs, right? So they've been hidden, and we're already behind because we were introducing everybody, and they cheated, and yeah, so we're behind. Okay, so they're in the village here somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are we discussing?
Well, we were talking
We're
about...
live on Twitch.
Yeah, we were talking...
Shit, dog.
Yeah. Now,
are we allowed to swear?
It is rated PG, so if we... Of course, I didn't for
So,
one,
so try your best to contain yourself.
Oh man. Well, I work with kids I work with kids for a living, so I will tone it down.
Okay, it's not a giant imperative, but so which character are you, sir?
I am Chrysandy.
Oh, okay.
No, you're not. I already told him who I was.
Listen, I can dream. One day I'll be a gnome.
You wish your gnomes were as good as mine.
Listen,
Right.
I am the Worgen Walker Grey.
I found one. Sweet. That is one for me. And you're the Worgen, correct?
Yes, I'm Walker Grey.
Tell us a little bit about Walker. What's his storyline?
Walker, like his RP story?
Yeah.
Okay. He is a Worgen from Gilneas. He grew up basically with his brother, and then him and his brother separated. He got adopted into a new family, and basically he became a bard. Later on in his life, he decided he wanted to start sort of making his own stories instead of telling other people's. So he founded the Farbound Company to go off on adventures and find like artifacts and ruins and that kind of stuff. And
Oh, awesome. So you started the guild?
yes, I'm the guild master.
Okay, sweet. Now, how many folks do you have in the guild?
In terms of overall characters or like account wide?
Overall characters.
Overall characters, I would say we have, well, the guild number is 163, but I would say it's more closely, like, active-wise, I would say it's closer to about 25 to 30-ish people. Okay. And, like, Usually our
alts.
peaks are like yeah, a lot of alts. I have no like limit on the alt count because
Well,
I
hey,
don't think there should
that's
be.
good for
Aren't,
alt.
aren't all your alts in the guild?
Yes, I believe so.
Hey,
And I have
I'm
like 2 or 3 that aren't in the guild.
I have a question.
I was gonna say like
Of
50
course.
of those alts are teak.
Yes.
Can we steal these griffin hatchling eggs and make them count? Can we do that?
I
If
tried very
only.
hard, but they bit my hand when I
Okay.
tried.
All right. So how long has the guild been around?
I want to say 2.5 years.
Oh,
We were originally the League of Outcasts, but we decided to give a guild a different theme, and we went to the Farbound company.
okay. And you guys are here on Moonguard. And how do you enjoy the roleplay scene here on Moonguard? Is it, you think it's good? Could be better?
I definitely think it could be better to some degree, but I
Way too
very
many
much
fucking
enjoy it.
edgelords on this server.
Yes, we have many edgelords on the server, and they can make it hard to, yeah. I do very much enjoy it though. I had there's like a bunch of really awesome guilds that I'm really good friends with.
My favorite activity is parodying the edgelords with my own Death Knight. That's the best part. Ooh.
Oh, you did. Don't take my egg. Did you take my egg? I think you took my egg. I'm calling foul.
How many eggs do you guys have?
Host advantage. I've got 3.
I have yet to find a single one.
Oh, really? I have 2, I believe.
I have 7.
Yeah, I have 2.
So, no
7.
joke. I thought Vesper for a minute there was Ren. And not Avi. And I was like,
So,
oh boy.
so you guys have been here for 2 years,
Yeah,
And-
2.5.
and a little bit of a change. About halfway through, you think?
Yeah, I would say a good halfway through, maybe 3/4 of the way through. Just we wanted more of a like the old theme was just kind of like we did pretty much anything, and this kind of like grounded us more to like a theme, and I think it bettered the RP.
So, what would you
Yeah.
describe your guild as? Is it a military guild? Is it a, you know? Is
I was never a big fan of the whole military or religious guild. I always found they were too strict. And personally, I have nothing. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. I just, for me personally, I just don't have as much fun being an overlord character who like commands people. So I wanted a more freeing theme. So I went with adventure style guild.
and would you consider you guys' roleplay light, medium, or heavy?
We're primarily RP, but I would say it would probably be more so of a medium. A medium.
I'd say medium fits.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we don't expect people to be in character when we're running mythics or doing stuff like that. We usually have specific events, then you're expected to be in character for those roleplay specific events.
Okay.
Yeah, so some people RP more, some people RP less. Like, I'm currently in the process of lulling down on the content and switching over more to gearing more towards RP,
Oh, awesome.
as is usual when things are winding down.
Awesome. So, so you guys do other things other than RP. It sounds like you have some raiding that you guys do as well.
I try. Yeah, I think we have at least like 1 or 2 days each month. One dedicated to mythics, one dedicated to raiding. Though that can change, and people in their free time also just go off and like.
We don't have a day dedicated to raiding. What are you talking about?
We do old raids.
Oh, old raids. Oh,
Yeah.
Is that oh yeah, getting stuff for transmogs then, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, of course.
Do you guys have ranks within the guild?
We're actually going to be redoing the rank system right now, just because originally we did have this sort of ranking for like each like different job in the guild, but like we had guard, explorer, intelligence, but a lot of those sort of became blended. Like the guards and explorers just both did the fighting, opposed to the guards doing the fighting and the explorers solving puzzles.
It's like we tried to. Essentially, we tried to form like a caste system, and then people just were like, "Nah, I want to be this and this and this."
So we're gonna be redoing it slightly, just to. We're discussing a few different ideas of how to redo the rank system, but that's more or less how it is now.
Okay.
Why haven't I been involved in any of these discussions?
You have been. We've been talking about it in officer chat here and there, but.
Well, speaking of officer chat and that sort of thing, do you guys have like guild meetings, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I try to I try to update the officers as frequently as like I can in terms of changes and ideas we have. And then whenever like a big series of changes is about to occur, I always hold a guild meeting over a few days, so that way if someone is not on, I can like it's over a few days, so anyone who might miss it.
You can explain them to them. You can explain it to them in simple terms.
Yeah.
So let's say I'm
We are changing the guild regardless of what you think.
Let's say I'm a new role player to Moonguard, and I'm looking for a great guild, and I've heard a little bit about the Farbound company. How would I join your guys' guild?
There is an interview process for at least for the RPers. If you're someone who just wants like kind of a laid back group to just hang around and pretty much like, yeah, so long as you're not a jerk, we'll let you in. But if you're there for RP and looking for it, there is a short interview which is very basic, just asking like, oh, what do you do? What's your skill set? And like, why do you want to join? And like, is there any goal that we can help you achieve while in the guild?
Okay. And what are you guys looking for when it comes to a role player in your guild? Are you looking for someone that knows all the lore, or looking for people that are new to role play? And if they're new, are you willing to help them out? Or
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know all of the lore, so like I don't expect everyone to come in here and know the lore. Unlike Tick, who does know all the lore, and I often have to fact check with him when I'm doing events. I'm like, oh hey, can I?
Even I don't know all the lore, which is why I have sources outside of myself that I can talk to.
Yeah. So
People have been RPing way longer than I have.
I do appreciate when people actually like know the lore, at least for in terms of their own character. Like, if you're, I was role playing with a demon hunter recently, and they went on this whole big kind of spiel about how like, oh, my Death Knight can see because not all demon hunter, not all demon hunters have to be blind, and we got into a lore debate on that, and it's like, at least to my knowledge and to like the fact checkers that I went to, demon hunters cannot see yet. They didn't believe that part of the lore, and it's like there's some lore that like I do want people to know, at least pertaining to their character.
okay.
I don't expect them to, like, if you're playing like a night elf, I don't expect you to know all of the human alliance lore or blah blah blah, and I don't even expect you to know all the night elf lore, just what is relevant to your character. And also just like at least moderate grammar skills, like.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I mean,
that.
a lot of guilds don't like leet speak and whatnot when it comes to.
And we once had a guy who would actually use like LOL in character. It was worrying.
And if there's someone who wants to join the guild who like really like they're new to RP, like, and they're definitely interested in learning, then yeah, by all means, we'll help them. We'll help them learn.
All right.
I'll give it a good college try.
Now, is there an age requirement for getting into the guild?
We definitely prefer older, like above 18, but we do have I think we have like one or two people who are not in that.
One or two corrupted children.
Well,
wow.
I wouldn't call them that, but they're very mature for their ages, and it's like, all right, it's more sort of a maturity thing. They're more mature than some adults I know.
All right.
So,
excellent.
We expect a certain amount of mental age as opposed to just physical age, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Of course, we won't include them in like we would never include them in adult content that is like not
We
really
don't have adult
appropriate for
content in the
kids.
first place.
Yeah, we no, you know that's a good point. We don't actually have adult content events.
It's not like Walker holds like secret parties where he and a bunch of the female guildies get together and just
Right. Now, as it
Drink apple juice.
now let's,
yeah.
now let's say as a new person on Moonguard, I've passed the interview and I meet all the requirements for getting into the guild. And so, what can I expect as a new member in the guild? What kind of rules do you guys have in the Farbound company?
I definitely don't. I definitely kind of like the casual, like relaxed vibe that we have as a guild.
Essentially, like the only mandatory rule is just don't be an asshole, really.
Yeah. Don't
Okay,
be. Yeah, don't be.
yourself well,
Don't be a jerk. And hey, Tech, remember when you were hounding me? I'm gonna turn that back on. You jerk. Anyways, I'm just pulling your leg.
Wait, what? You cut out there. I didn't hear you.
I really hate my mic. I need a new mic. Anyways, I was making fun of you, but it's fine.
Oh, okay.
No, that's the wants a number. Yeah, the main rule is just don't be a jerk. Definitely respect is like comes with that. Respect officers and what they say. If you're offline for more than a month without like telling me that like, oh hey, I'm gonna be gone for this amount of time, please don't kick me. I'm probably gonna be like, all right, this was a character that they weren't interested in and remove you. But if you come back and be like, oh hey, I was gone for longer, then I'll just add you back in and all said and done. Of course, I'm also really lazy when it comes to that, so like there'll be just like 2 month, 3 months periods of when I forget to kick people, and then I look, I'm like, oh wait.
Let the purge begin.
We have the rare instance where people are gone for like 6+ months and still haven't been kicked. But those are special cases.
Those are special cases, yes. Those are
They'll
people
come
I
back
personally.
someday, we're sure of it.
Yeah, those are people I personally don't want them to leave. I'm like, oh no, I can't. I can't
do it.
lose.
I
just need to look at the guild list really quickly. I'm gonna see someone who's been gone that long. Yeah, I can't lose Junsis, who's been gone the longest.
Hey, you'll come back. Battle for Azeroth is the Junsis expansion.
Yeah, that's it.
And I was gone for about 4 or 5 months and didn't get kicked.
Yeah, I removed some of the if I know somebody's ult, I'll probably remove their ult and keep their main in, so I can at least like, yeah.
See, if I'm ever gone for 4 or 5 months, I'm probably dead.
Oh no.
All right. So, as a new member, what kind of events can I expect? Are there weekly roleplay events? I mean, we're obviously doing one right now that you guys put together, and actually, it's a lot of fun. Or did we already find all the eggs?
They really hid the eggs really well. There's still 14 eggs left.
Wow.
Yeah, I've still yet to find one.
How far out did she go?
I don't know. For the last one, she kept it pretty close in.
Unless we were really sneaky about it, we couldn't track her.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know.
Because I can't go too far out because the wolves try to eat me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know there's just rattlesnakes out here too? Dear God.
Why are the rattlesnakes?
Twilight Highlands is a dangerous place.
It's the Australia.
What the? Now, so there's events like this, but how often do you do events like these? And
I try to have at least 3 events a week. That's more or less my just policy, and I like to leave everybody else like free time to do their own thing. So yeah, three events. 3 events a week is usually how many I put on, plus whatever the other officers will put up. And they vary from social events to like this to actual like we're going into a ruin or some sort of just random location in search of a artifact, relic, rare monster, kind of thing.
Oh, okay. And so, what is the guild currently doing in its storyline? Do you guys have a running storyline going? If so, what are you guys doing?
It's usually monthly. Like each month, we're after something new. Oh, hey, there's an egg. Oh man, this egg's really well hidden. It's up in a tree. We usually do like a
They're
monthly.
They're up in trees now.
We do like a monthly arc thing. Like each month, we're after something new. But I'm planning to do like a 2 or 3 month event coming up.
So what is the history behind the guild, the storyline behind it?
Like just the events that we've been through, or just like the foundation of it?
Yeah, the foundation. What's the... So if somebody was to come along and wanted to kind of, sink their own story into it, what's the foundation of it, and how can they do that? I mean, so they know a little bit of the history of it.
Well, more or less just started with Walker wanting to go on adventures and find artifacts and relics and that kind of thing. There wasn't like really any like sort of one day he was walking down the road and he tripped on Excalibur and it's like, this is my destiny. It was more so like, oh hey, like this is, I want to find pieces of history and things never seen before or haven't been seen in a long time, rediscover them and then put them back out into the world, either by selling them or donating them to somewhere.
And that's how it became a black market guild.
We do sell some of the artifacts we find just because, like, oh hey, this isn't in danger of destroying the entire universe. Let's sell it for money because we do need to make a profit here. The dangerous stuff we donate to like groups that we know wouldn't misuse it. But yeah, there wasn't really any sort of like, it wasn't any sort of like coalition that came together. It's Walker who was like, oh hey, I really want to go on adventures and find artifacts. Who wants to come along and do this with me?
And along the way, he met an angry Kultiran and a gnome, and
yeah, that's more or less how we just started. It was a very
kind of just spiraled out of control from there.
Like it's a very casual sort of setup. We didn't I didn't want anything like too complicated or complex. Oh hey, she's setting up like a barrier around where the ring is. That's very nice.
Oh, okay. So it's still within.
But yeah, I like the no stress sort of policy that we have. Like, oh, it's all easy peasy. Like,
right now, are you looking to make the guild a big guild, or are you happy to keep it smaller, more compact?
I think like smaller is better, right?
Smaller is better so long as it is active. And right now, like, just during this sort of content drought, people are off kind of experimenting, doing their own thing. So RP events have been somewhat, I don't want to say lacking, but just like less than usual. So I had been searching now for some more people. I'd like another like good like 5 or 6 active people, and I would say that would make the guild on whole like better. But like we're always looking for new people. Like we're never like say like no, we don't want any more people.
Right. Well, especially with they just announced, hey, we got the new expansion coming, so a lot of people are going to be coming back to the game, and
yeah, of course,
that means a lot of role players are going to be coming back, and they're going to be looking for a place to role play or a place to call home. So hopefully you guys will see you'll be able to at least get 5, if not more, folks coming to join you. So yeah,
of course, yeah. Like and like that's just like the low ball number. Like I am happy with any amount of people coming back, like coming to join the guild. And like this next expansion is like really cool because there is that like that island exploration portion of it.
Apparently, you can level through that. So I know how all my characters are leveling.
Yeah, and that's just like that really like kind of plays into our theme. I'm still upset that there's no.
Really sounds good. So.
Yeah, I'm upset that there's no like guild bases yet, but one day that'll be a thing.
Yeah, one day.
One day we'll join Final Fantasy.
Well, yeah,
housing.
you know, that's always kind of been one of those things, right? Where people have really wanted, you know, housing, and Blizzard tried with garrisons and failed miserably.
Oh
And,
yeah, like it
you know,
doesn't
they
need to be this complex thing.
Right.
It just needs to be
They
something
turned
simple.
WoW from an MMO to a single player experience with garrisons.
Yeah.
And it ruined a lot of guilds. WoD was a horrible expansion for role players, in my opinion. But
Oh yeah, definitely. I overall I thought the story was pretty interesting. But
Oh,
in
yeah.
terms of, like,
I love the
Actually, funny
questing.
about that is it was the WoD content drought that actually drove me to Moonguard and started RPing in the first place.
Well, they. Well, I mean, I love the.
So you say that WoD ruined the game for our peers, but it brought me to the RP scene.
which ruined RP for other people.
Wow.
Wow.
I could feel the love.
Me and Tick have a very, I call Chris Andy Tick. Me and Tick have a very close relationship in which we always are at each other's throat. And it works. It works. It's sort of like this.
It's close because of the proximity of each other's hands to our throats.
Exactly.
Now, oh, Samantha is poking me. Now, we haven't heard much from, let me get the name here. Pop back in here. From Avendia. And again, I probably said that wrong again.
Avienda, but that's
Avienda.
most people just call me Avi.
Okay,
That makes it
Avi.
easier.
So, Avi, what is your story here? How did you end up joining these guys?
Well, so I'm a big D&D player, but I live in a 24-hour town, 24-hour, 7 days a week town. So, like, getting a decent D&D group together to role play is almost impossible with alternating schedules and whatnot.
Oh, right.
And so I moved my main character to Moonguard and hoping to find some role play to fill the void in my life from no D&D.
Oh, okay. All right. And how did you integrate your character in with these guys? What was the storyline there?
So when I first joined, my main character is a rogue, and I was somewhat new to the WoW role-playing, so I kept her storyline very close to like the quests that I had done with her. And so I basically said that she was a SI7 operative who not necessarily left the company, but has became a freelancer. And then just kind of joined. That was back when they were the Outcasts, though. Now she's Walker and I have been talking about some kind of storyline where she's snuck into the Farbound company to make sure they're not doing anything bad with the artifacts they're finding.
When have we ever done anything morally wrong? Tick, can you think of anything?
Huh?
Can you think of anything morally wrong we have ever?
No, not at all.
No, impossible.
I can think
We've
of
never
things
done-
morally wrong that I plan to do with Warlock, but you know.
Wow.
Yeah, like
Wow.
definitely, like whoa.
I'll have my. I do fully intend to do some really bad things with Kelly, though.
Oh no.
Wow. I don't know how to take that, sir. So what does the future hold for the Farbound company? Any big story arcs up and coming?
Well, like I said, I'm working on like a 2 to 3 month arc story about revolving around. Basically, another group has. We're gonna be going into a ruin or like a ruin-esque location, trying to find a location, an artifact, and then someone beating us to the punch, and it sort of becomes this sort of clash between the two groups. The other group is more morally incorrect than us, which is somehow possible. Yeah, it's sort of kind of going to be revolving around that. That's the main idea I've been playing with. It's nothing is set in stone, but that's the primary thing that we're going to be tackling soon. And then after that,
when do we get to go up against a more morally correct group as opposed to just a more morally incorrect group?
Oh man, that's the question. I feel like that's like the internal struggle we deal with, like as players. Like, oh man, my character's a jerk.
How long until we become the villains?
Right.
I
Well,
would
and
say 2 days ago.
I know when it was the Outcasts that like we had some pretty edgy players. That's why with my Void Elf I've been trying to roleplay her more in a less edgy way because my rogue's very edgy.
Oh yeah, I think definitely ever since we became Farbound, we became less edgy. Like we put some padding on ourselves.
Okay, do you remember that one super edgy Worgen who didn't like any undead? And he also didn't he like shoot his hand off or something?
No, he didn't shoot his hand off, but
Somebody shot his hand off.
I don't know what we did. We beat him up because he just kept trying to fight people. And it's like, you can't, like, you joined our guild and you're just looking to beat up everyone.
That was
what a hero that guy was.
Oh man.
That was when our base was in the Eastern Plaguelands, right?
Yeah, we
Western
moved around
Plaguelands,
our base a lot.
We were in Kurdhaven at one point.
Yeah, but then I think we noticed Modanko here. It's like, oh.
Is that what we did?
Well, there was another.
I thought we
guild,
got kicked out by somebody else.
There was disputes. No, that was Westguard Keep. We got kicked out. We got into a dispute.
Oh right, yeah, because there were those guys who were like, "We own all of Howling Fjord." Okay.
Whatever you say.
Now, where's your guys' base of operations now?
Right now, we spend a lot of
Airy
time in
Peak,
Stormwing, but Airy Peak is where we base ourselves.
Maybe we can get a deal with Modan Company and live here with them.
Oh no, they're our competition.
we just make angry looks across like just the courtyards here, like the fountain.
We have our annual baseball game. We never win because
there's a baseball game.
No, it's a joke.
No, it's like a joke, like the annual.
We've gone into joke mode at this point.
Yeah. I don't know how RP baseball would work out, or if
Roll 20.
Roll 20, yeah.
Well, we tried to play soccer.
Oh yeah, that fishball.
And that went horribly too. People kept kicking it into the water.
Listen, I could have chose a better location for that. I know.
All right, and you guys do work with other guilds in your roleplay?
Yeah,
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Right now, we've been doing a lot of stuff with the Hollow Light Ventures. They're a very friendly group that I'm personally a big fan of, and I've been talking with them, and like I sort of like, I don't know, I kind of look up to them as a guild, and I want our guild to be, not in terms of theme or whatever, but just in general, I'd like to be sort of more like them in terms of like, I don't know, it's just it's an environment I very much like, and I would like to be more like that.
All right.
Not that I dislike us at all, but like, you know, it just like...
He hates us.
Oh yeah, no, I despise everyone. Like, if I could, I'd remove you all. But sadly,
So,
as
I'm
the
gonna be
guild
honest,
master,
I
don't
stopped
have that.
looking for eggs a long time ago. I'm just running around pretending.
No, she just hid them really well.
Yeah, I found one, but I'm not picking it up because I was kind of given a hint. So, so starting with Avi. Avi, obviously you're here in this guild. What keeps you in this guild? Why haven't you moved on? What do you like about this guild that keeps you here?
Well, first of all, it's like I'm not a big talker myself, but just listening to these guys talk makes my day. It's hilarious. And then also, like, I don't know. There is really. I joked about it earlier, but there is really. We are a close knit group, and that's it. Makes it nice to have people you can. I mean, because yeah, we role play, but then we also all kind of know each other in real life too, and you can come in and talk to your friends, and then you can also. It's just a great build all around, and the storylines, particularly the missions, and even just the guild socials when we just get around and talk together. They're always so much fun. I always look forward to them. So.
Oh, awesome. What about you, Tick?
Hmm?
What about you? Again, you've been in this guild for a while now. What keeps you here?
Again, very similar things. Like, yeah, it's this guild is pretty
Blackmail.
much my friends group. Yeah, and the blackmail. There's the blackmail too. No, but again, I'm somebody who actively goes out and I find other guilds, and there's somebody attacking the poor dwarves out here. I'm gonna go shoo them away real quick.
Is he lagging or am I lagging?
Who's lagging?
I don't know. I might be lagging. I wasn't sure about if he came through clearly or if I.
Oh no, no, he did.
Okay.
Oh, what? Distorted Horizon here to save the dwarves. Yeah, yeah, it's the homey nature of the guild, and the fact that I haven't really found a guild that I bond with nearly as well as I have these guys.
All right, excellent. And
It's also the blackmail. I do a lot of blackmail.
So, as a guild leader, though, I mean, you come in day after day having to deal with these guys. What keeps you coming back?
Yeah. Obligation. No, I'm kidding. Contractually obligated to. Personally, I've always liked to entertain people, and it got me into DMing. But DMing is very, I don't know, it's tougher than DMing in World of Warcraft, in my opinion. And I just found this very nice and relaxing. I've met some of my really amazing. Tick is like one of my best friends right now, just because I got him integrated into my other friend groups of that's how me.
I crossed over so many boundaries by joining this guild. You have no idea.
Yeah, and just in general, I just really enjoy this. This is just something I'm very passionate about. There's definitely off days where things are really stressful and it's oh my god, why did I do this? And then it's the next day it's oh, hey, this is worth it. This is why I do this, because they're making fun of me right now. This makes it all worth it.
Well, I think that any guild leader would agree with you. Some of them view it as it's almost like a second job.
I can definitely see that. I've definitely put a lot of time and effort into this, and I've had to I don't want to say give up, but I've had to miss out on a few things because of it. But by no means do I think that I consciously made that choice, and I think it's definitely worth what I've had to give up in order to make this the environment I wanted it to be, the sort of group and idea that I wanted it to be. And also, I'm just also really into stories and everything, and I love collaborating with other people to make this really nice and interesting collaborative story.
Well, awesome. So, if you're going to give a shout out to, well, not only Moonguard, but to the rest of the roleplay servers like Wormrest Accord, Emerald Dream, Cenarian Circle, you name it, all the roleplay servers, and gave a shout out to them and wanted people to come and join the Farbound company, what would you say to them?
Oh man, putting me on the spot.
Your other servers are dying. Join us.
Other servers are no. We're coming after you either way. You're I have.
Seek out the light, or we will drag you to it.
Exact. No. Hey guys, if you're just looking for good casual fun and a casual group, yeah, that's us. We're the Farbound company. Thank you very much to all the guilds who have supported us, like Hololight and think it's mainly been Dark Visions. I can't forget about Dark Vision. That was Sarah's old guild. I don't know if to anyone who was in Dark Vision, just like thank you guys, and to Hololight, thank you guys. You guys are amazing. And yeah, just anyone who wants a good, casual, fun guild. That's us. That's what we do.
Who likes?
Not that other guilds don't do that, but you know.
Right. Who likes looking for artifacts in their role play? So they're kind of into that style of role play. You have a character that's interested in going out and finding artifacts, and then maybe selling those very priceless artifacts on the black market. But hey,
to very unquestionable people, wink, wink.
So I mean, if that fits
sell
your
artifacts
character,
of unspeakable power to
Right.
very questionable individuals.
That
Hey.
gnome Death Knight seems morally
hey,
correct.
we don't question here. We don't question who we sell it to. You know, it's
And even if you guys don't
We're
want
not here to
artifacts or
judge.
powerful things, like it's just a good adventure. It's just a good old-fashioned adventure.
that's
And
right.
this
You know your characters have a problem when your Death Knight is the most morally upright of them all.
This guild advertisement brought to you by what's an in-game product? Herb baked eggs.
Yeah, that's
they're,
right.
They're eggs with herbs.
Yeah, Noble
You're
Garden.
not cheating with
The holiday of
herb-baked
Noble Garden.
eggs, are you again?
Listen, I have at least 20 herb baked eggs.
Do we have all the eggs?
I don't know at this point. I have 9.
I
I found the 900 gold one and I stopped looking.
I have 9 eggs.
I have
For
3.
me, the
I found
rarest
3.
treasure is
and
900
one I found
gold.
because because Miss Atwood helped me find it. So how many eggs are? How many? Oh, okay.
I think
3.
there's 26 eggs in all.
Good lord, there are going to be some smelly eggs out here if we
Yeah.
don't find them all.
Well, luckily they go away in an hour. Gets them. Which I mean, like griffins and chocolate. I've heard some things.
Oh God, that's
How
not
many?
good for them.
How many do we have? We have 19. There's still 7. I can do math.
Man,
I can still win this.
she really hid these things. Wow.
Yeah, she went beyond on these ones. I wouldn't be surprised if they already started.
Started to disappear.
Yeah,
Maybe they
disappear
did.
after an
Maybe
hour.
they did.
Yeah. And she's just laughing at us.
They don't actually disappear in an hour. They disappear in 30 minutes.
This is this is what we do as an exploration company. We look for eggs.
Let's see.
I've been lying to you this entire time. We're just an egg finding guild.
This is pretty much the epitome of our guild right here.
Egg finding. That we don't find artifacts. We find eggs.
Help! I've lost my eggs. Don't worry, Farbound Company is on it.
That's right. Yeah, you guys should have. This should have been easy peasy for the artifact finding group.
Yeah.
What?
Well, the
Yeah,
thing
but
is,
it says they are
if
disappearing.
we had
Very
a
good ones.
if we had a guild motto, I think it would be we don't know the
Every day
definition.
we stray further from the light.
No, I would say it's we don't know the definition of competence.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like every day we stray further
I
from
noticed
the
no
light
one's wearing
as the
it.
guild motto.
I noticed no one's wearing a tabard either. Is there no dress uniform that you guys
Nah,
have?
like I said,
tabard?
casual. We gotta keep it casual. Like the day Walker buttons down on like whatever you wear. Like the only time he's complained about armor is like when someone who was pregnant went on a mission and like they had their entire stomach exposed, and it's like you're not thinking here. What are you doing?
50 DPS.
50 DPS. Literally a
50
snowball.
DKP minus.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the DKP minus. That's it. Yeah, 50 DKP minus.
That's a 50 DKP minus.
So, you guys do Mythic. Oh, you just basically doing them for transmog runs, so correct? Like time walking and all that good stuff.
The old raids will do for transmog. Mythics will do for anybody who's trying to gear up. Anyone who just wants the challenge. Though I think Tick does most of the Snow and Tick do most of the mythic dungeons, mainly because I'm lazy.
Well, now before I left, I tried to get us up in rating, but it didn't go well.
It can be hard to get people like.
Oh, let me
no,
tell
keep
you.
track.
Yeah, it's not the easiest thing to do. And,
That's definitely the biggest challenge. As
I
like
got
being
500 gold.
Yeah.
The main thing
in total, I got 1,400 gold.
Okay, the eggs are gone, and I'm still running around.
So let me get you guys grouped up here. I want to get a screenshot with you here
Oh, no.
for the thumbnail.
Get my good side.
and I don't know
right
if
over
it
here.
Are
matters.
all your sides good sides?
Listen,
Right over here.
you're right.
So I can, and now,
But I'm actually on my Void Elf alt today, so this character obviously isn't Avienda, who I talked about earlier.
Do you want me in my true form or my Worgen form?
that's up to you, sir. But I'll
Your
have you
Worgen
guys stand
form
over
is
here.
your
That
true
way,
form.
you guys are
True
kind
form.
of silhouetted behind the, because over here,
Oh my goodness, true form. Should I get in my true form then?
I don't know. I'll
Hi,
say
Cog
no.
Spring.
No, please
yeah,
take this.
oh good
children.
lord.
Children at home, I'm sorry.
All right, yeah, to stand in front of the building over here. That way you're silhouetted, because there's too much flowers and stuff over here. I want a nice clean shot here.
We got the daddy Worgen, the mommy Void Elf, and the child gnome. No, my gnome is probably older than all of these people, except maybe the Void Elf.
All right. And if we could, let's see, Alt Z, there we go. Yeah. Yes. All right. And one more time. All right, excellent. I'll use that as the thumbnail for the Turwinkle Talks with the Farbound Company.
Thank you very much.
You bet. And so what I'll do is, I'll let folks know on Twitter, check it out, and then throw it up on the YouTubes as well. And then I'll hit the forums also and send some folks your way, hopefully.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If there's ever anything we can do for you, anything.
Oh no, this was blessed. I had a great time, guys, and big thanks to my pal and my buddy.
If you ever want to come to like another event or whatever, just for fun, not for anything, not for like any business, anything, like just for fun, like always, you're always welcome.
Oh well, thank you. Yeah, and again, I came just to hang out with you guys, and thought, why don't I just promote you guys a bit and get you guys out there a little bit.
Yeah, thank you so much. That means so much.
I used to do, it would be like a 3-hour guild interview, and
oh wow, I don't think I could answer that many questions.
I could probably manage it.
And
Listen,
there was
this
a
is
lot
not
of
competition.
There was a lot of setting up, and there'd be individual screenshots, and it just was a big to do and a lot of editing.
We gotta do that when Junsus comes back. We gotta include him.
Oh man,
Anytime, guys.
we'll cut ourselves on the edge.
Oh, it's
just 3 hours of you, me, Junsus, and maybe Avienda.
Abby.
Just answering questions.
See, don't feel bad. My own guildmates can't say my name right.
Wow.
Whatever you say, Amy.
But yeah, big shout out to Caitlin for inviting me to come and join you guys, because I guess you guys had fun. She had fun with the Horde side yesterday.
Yeah.
And and I was busy doing some streaming last night. We normally do our Goober Squad stuff, and you guys are more than welcome to join us in the chat there on the Goober Squad chat. Again, as long as the language has to be clean, we keep it really political and religious free in there. We have a lot of fun though, and Layla and the gang, they're all really good folks. do a lot of WoW. A lot of WoW stuff. A lot of different games too. We do a lot of like Elder Scrolls Online. We have game nights and stuff. We do like Cards Against Humanity, World of Warcraft style, that sort of thing. So we have a lot of fun over there.
Nice. I'll
Did
definitely
you just say
look
Cards
into it.
Against Humanity?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
World of Warcraft edition. It's amazing.
Oh man, me and Tick are definitely down for that because we play that all the time. Well, not WoW edition, but just in general.
Oh yeah.
So Cards Against Humanity, and yet you want to keep the language PG-13.
That's just for these
well.
here. That's just for these here. We have like Turwinkle After Dark, where
Oh, so Cards Against Humanity is the After Dark section.
Yeah, the After Dark section. You know.
Yeah,
That's
Be
pretty
sure
much
Walker's
the same.
like shirtless.
I'm all down for that. If you want to invite me to Turwinkle After Dark.
That's such a like a weird name, like Turwinkle After Dark. Like that's.
Well, usually it's Turwinkle time, and these are my Turwinkle Talks.
Oh, welcome
episodes.
to Turwinkle After Dark.
Yeah, that's right. All right, guys. Well, you can check out the VOD if you want over at on the Twitch channel, and that's twitch.tv/jpalm316. Or I'll also be putting the VOD up again on the YouTube channel as well, and that's Palmer Bomber 1. Or you just type in Turwinkle and it'll take you right in there. So,
all right. Thank you so much. This was great.
Yeah, you bet, guys. Well, I really appreciate Kaylin for the big invite. I don't know if she's probably not listening. So if you let her know, well, I'll let her know.
We'll beat her up later.
Yeah.
That's how we roll. All right.
Right. But yeah. So yeah, again, check it out, guys. And like I said, I'll be putting it up on the forums and all that good stuff too. So.
Sounds good. Thank you again.
You bet, guys. Have a great night. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Talk to you soon. Man.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Huh.